Hey everybody, Paws Up! Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking care of their little paws. We're going to be making paw wax. Let's get started. Hey everybody, well, paws are pretty serious. It doesn't really matter what time of year it is. It could be winter with the snow and the sleet and this ice and everything, and that salt that they use and the other chemicals to melt the ice on those sidewalks when we take them for walks. Or it could be summertime and the really hot concrete irritates their pads. You may not have them out there long enough to burn them, and you may be really conscientious about that, but it can still irritate them. Just like the wind can irritate our lips, they get chapped, the paws get chapped. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some homemade paw wax really inexpensively. At least half of the ingredients you'll probably have right in your own kitchen. And the other stuff you can get really inexpensively. So the main ingredients are, the bulk of it is going to be your beeswax. Now some people may say, whoa, that's dark beeswax. It's only because the bees were, or this was left in the hive a little bit longer. And some people actually say it actually has more microbial properties in it that way than the lighter honey colored type. That's speculation, we don't know. So I'm not going to attest to that. But it is less expensive. So those that are like, oh, I can't spend $10 or $12, whatever it costs, in your area for like a whole big brick, I can only maybe afford half of that, that's fine. The darker one, if you have local bee specialists in your area, go ahead and reach out to them and ask them if they have, blocks of wax that you can purchase directly from them. It will be way cheaper and, easier for you than going to a retail store and getting it or having it shipped. There is a little more work in the blocks because you have to kind of shave them. They are pretty hard. These little puppies are, wow, they're like bricks, literally. So you just can grab a sharp knife and shave them. But the remainder of the ingredients would be coconut oil, avocado oil, lavender. We're gonna use that for scent and healing properties as well. You will need your measuring tools and then some fun little tins to put them in. We've grabbed a couple different sizes. These you can get basically anywhere, and your imagination is your limit, truly. You can use ice cube trays, you could use neat little Jello molds or those silicone molds. If you have any of those little cards, those gift card tins, you could use them, top and the top and the bottom of it. That'll give you a nice wide one for a big dog. That's pretty much it. We'll get it all mixed together and we'll show you how we put it together in the pan and let it boil down. All right, so this is what we're doing. We're gonna throw it all into the pan here. You wanna heat this on a nice medium-high heat. Low, closer to the medium. It does take a minute to get it all heated. The beeswax does take some time. So basically the recipe is 1 cup of the beeswax, and when you chunk it up, you always have voids in there, so kind of pack it down almost like a brown sugar. All right, so this is a 1/2 cup of the coconut oil, and then we're also going to have a 1/2 cup of our avocado oil. Now, the reason these specific oils were chosen were for their healing properties. Some are antimicrobial, some are very high in vitamin A, which will aid in the healing and reconstruction of the cells of the paws and really help soothe those little poor achy paws. That's all going to go in there. And then again, I chose lavender because of its healing properties as well. Not only does it smell nice, it has some pretty neat healing properties. So we're going to let this sit for a minute and let that wax get happy and start liquefying. And then we're going to come back and show you it all blended together. And it doesn't need to cook for like a long period of time. Just let the ingredients all incorporate together. Allow that lavender to kind of re-moisten a little bit in the wax and release its healing properties into the oil mixture. And then we'll just get it all jarred up for you. All right, everybody. It is nice and liquidy now. It's been going for a couple of minutes here, incorporating. So we're just going to pull this off the heat and allow it to cool just a little bit. Off, love. he tries to intervene and help. So we're just gonna pull this off, get the heat off of it, and allow it to steep for just a moment or two, and then we're gonna put it into the jars, and we'll show you how that gets done. All right, so we're just gonna pour the very hot wax. Please be careful. We like to use, hi, co-star. You helping? Thank you. We like to pour it into a cookie sheet that's been prepped just in case there is some spillage, and it makes it easier to clean up. So we're just gonna pour it in there. Let's set it down so I don't spill it on me. And I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like when it's all done and solidified. We've got some from a batch previously. And you can put as much or as little of the flowers as you'd like. And I think I'm just gonna let that be like that, and I'm gonna leave the majority of the flowers out of this batch, only for my own personal preference. So you'll have all your flowers left there. And you can go ahead and make sure you mix it in there, and you can scoop it into each one of there, and that's just fine. Well, actually, maybe we will do that. Maybe we will do that. It's not gonna hurt it. They're certainly soft enough, even once the wax hardens, you know, it's not going to hurt the paws or scratch the paws at all, the flowers. They're really small, and they've gotten pretty soft and wilty. That batch filled 3 of these little pots. And then you can just, if you wanted to, you can leave it plain, you know, on top, just with whatever was cooked in there. Or if you want to sprinkle a little bit of on top, you can also wait. And maybe it's probably better to wait. They kind of sunk, guys. I had a feeling they would. Then you'll just let them go ahead and, you know, solidify up, and you can put your jars on. If you want to wait until they're almost solidified and just still a little tacky on top, and then put your flowers on there just as a pretty little garnish almost, you know, makes it more visually aesthetically pleasing, then by all means you can wait to do that. But this is kind of what it'll look like in the jars. I have a big huge one here for Beryl because we go through a ton of it for his little paws. He's a little maniac. So, you know, it'll look almost like a milk chocolatey kind of a color, or a cappuccino kind of color. And we'll just show you here how Beryl doesn't mind. And I'll just put his whole paw in there, and we'll just rub it on there, and he even tries to eat it out of there. So let's see if we can get him to let me do his paws without eating it. Okay, can I have your paw? Thank you. See, he likes to smell it. No, he wants to eat it. But he just gives me his paw, and I'll just put it in there. Sit, baby angel. Sit, mama. Come over here so these fun people could see you. Sit. Sit down. Sit down. Thank you. Sit. Give me your paw. Thank you. And we'll just swirl it. Come here, my love. Sit with mom. Sit. Thank you. Good boy. You're not going to eat it. Okay. So we're just going to put his paw in there, and we'll swirl it around a little bit and just get some on there. And then we'll just give it a quick little rub in there, and he'll love to lick it off. Your babies might also. None of this will hurt them. The beeswax will not hurt them. The lavender, the avocado oil, or the coconut oil. It's all something that we would normally use in treat or food recipes anyway. And if you get it on your hands, if you get it on your hands, you can just rub it in too. It's, you know, it'll be healing for your hands as well. Mine get so dry. Well, either way, thank you again, guys, for tuning in. Paws up. We sure love y'all. And we'll see you soon. Enjoy the paw wax.